Hi guys, welcome to this presentation. Why was a while that we have not posted anything. We decided to do some updates and to talk about articles that we write. We released the first presentation, it was a bit longer, so we go for a very short one. About the site, it has become .com. Some minor let's say changes and some news. We put live news, live rates and live calendar. Then for the rest is similar. We put actually a chat, a public chat, where everybody and members can interact, and we have also support chat for live support. There is also a Skype room for members only. Right, today we go about the articles. We reached number 10 articles, so we want to give a very short overview and to walk through a couple of them. They are very nice. The last is being in the money. It's quite interesting, so let's go and have a read. Basically, it's being in the money means a good feeling is basically being confident about the fact that on a Monday morning or start of the month, beginning of the month, you are gonna make money out of your strategy, out of the markets, and this based on the fact that you have experience, track records, and you know when to enter and when not, and how to do it. So you know the market is gonna give you the opportunities, and you know that you are able to get them within your edge. So meaning you might lose some trades, that's part of the business expenses, but on long term this is offset by your profits. Basically, it's a great feeling, I must say. It's totally different than the feeling you have while you gamble. It's more like a job feeling. You go to do your job and you know that you get paid. In this case, you know that you get paid. You don't know the amount, but it can also be a very large amount compared to a normal salary. The latest lessons learned, we go very quickly, but it's an interesting one, especially nowadays. 3 weeks ago we said that the Aussie, so the Australian dollar, might fall down due to fundamental reasons, that economy is still a bit lagging and the export to China is also a bit difficult due to slowing down of Chinese economy. So basically the bank wants the Aussie lower, and technically the Aussie is at important level, Fibonacci 38%, which is also a round figure, 0.94. So we expected to go down. It did, but after a couple of weeks, this is weekly chart, after a couple of weeks it returned back, simply because the US dollar is weaker than everybody expected. But nowadays, so actually in this week, Monday and Tuesday, we spotted a very good opportunity. So the Aussie going down again, forming a double top here, and going down. And this time we have a confirmation that the move can be really large. You see how much scope there is, how much room there is. The other one about the gold, not so fancy, I must say, not so cool. It's more like a technical lesson learned, that you have always to respect you. This is the Aussie. You have always to respect your rules when you trade. In this case, there was an inside bar, bit indecisive bar, if you ask me, that never triggered, because you should have entered at the high of the preceding mother bar. So that would avoid a loss, basically. No gain in this case, but no loss, which is per definition also a gain. So the pound Set&Forget is also interesting. So it's gonna be a bit more than a couple though, but the last articles have been very nice. So we spotted a nice opportunity, Aussie New Zealand. I think it was more or less end of March. He went out of the channel. He posted a very nice inside bar. This went, in principle, it triggered, but if you look at this Pinbar, it triggered, but then it went down to this, which is our original stop loss. It went nearly close to 80% of the stop. Set&Forget is leaving playing itself, and then it went up to profit. Otherwise, if you're looking at your trade and you're freaking out and you see basically your balance going down, you might close the trade and then find out a couple of hours later or few hours later that you should have basically made money instead of losing, so which is double loss as a matter of fact. How to trade with your brain, I'm not going into it. It's a bit technical, a bit fundamental. It's a bit, I must say, it's very interesting, but it's very detailed. So let's go to Macroeconomics and forex. It's a very nice article, very detailed, with examples why and how we have to consider fundamentals, reasons we have to follow at least the main lines on macroeconomics, and how different countries economies relate to each other and have an effect on instruments and ultimately on currencies. I must say, it's very interesting. Go through it. There are two real cases which are also very recent. So Pinbar setups, it's very technical. It basically goes through the shape and the requirements that make a good setup, basically Pinbar a good setup. There are also bad ones that you need to spot. You need to really stay away from. Trading versus betting is one of my favorite, actually, simply because people have the misconception that trading is very close to betting. I mean, if you ask some of my friends, certainly my parents, let's put it this way, they don't get it. They simply say it's just gambling. Actually, it's totally different. There are two different words, completely apart. The only thing in common is that we put money at risk. That's true. That's the only thing. Like all investments, you have to put capital. Also, when you put, like in some banks, a bit more risky investment, you risk your money. So, but when you trade correctly, considering all the facts and the factors, that the fundamental analysis, so basically the news and all the situations in the world, economic situations in the world, it becomes like a normal job, and you have like all the ways, all the tricks to really control your risks, compared to betting, where it's very random. Especially gambling in a casino, you have no way to control the random basically risk, where like in a roulette or other also poker games, cards game. There is also like a technical, let's say, example. When you enter a very likely and trending trades, you expect to make 2 times at very least, if not 3 times your money, so hundreds euros, 300, whatever it is. But if you bet on a very easy game, let's say football game, Barcelona Osasuna or Manchester City Fulham, whatever, I don't know, you're gonna get much less than that. If you have been a gambler, if you've been betting, you know that you're gonna get 0.5 at the most. 0.5 you risk, so 100 euros you get 50 euro net. This is an issue, of course. This is a big issue, because on long term your edge is basically not there, so you risk more than what you're gonna make. But this is more technical. The most important thing is that with trading is based on scientific and economic facts, if you ask me, whereas betting is based on a fate, actually, so a fate-based activity. So please don't bet, especially because banks are supporting bookmakers. So don't think you're gonna beat banks. And that brings actually to binary options. I'm not gonna go into it. It's about this new way of trading, simplistic way, which is great for a beginner. You just spot and understand where the price might go, and that's finished. You have to do nothing else. So, but with regards to this, I mean, with respect to banks, it's very important to understand and think and act like a bank. Basically, a bank considers trading as very important, or hedging, very important part of their portfolio. So they have to make money with it. There is no way around. That's their job. They can't lose, and they never or barely never lose. So they tend to take very seriously. They place orders that they are very much scrutinized and checked by people, by computers. They do a very thorough check. They always target good return with high probability. They don't enter any simple trades unless they have just robots or computers doing that for them. But if they had, I mean, if it's the trading floor with the bank traders open the trades, these are very strong and solid trades. That's what we need to do as well. So we need to become accountable. We need to consider our even a small account to be our business. We need to use all the resources, and we need to understand what's going on in the world. We need to also keep very high discipline and observe all the rules that we have in our strategy. Alright, that's it. So it was short, I hope, because I like short for myself, but I like short for also for my readers or my listeners in this case. There is a very last article, but it's very technical about stop losses. Just read if you want to have like an idea how to place correctly, how to place the stop loss correctly. There will be a new article coming this week or next week. It's about the maths. They make basically a very successful trader, and how trading is based on maths as well, mathematics. So it's very mathematical, but it's also very interesting if you want to be very profitable and successful in this business. Right, music this time is a bit chill out. I hope you enjoyed. I did for sure. Take care. See you next time.